You cannot dialogue with a person who has nothing to lose. The youth of this country have lost everything, including their future. Their future has been mortgaged, their presence has been stolen by people who keep telling them they are the leaders of the future. I tell young people, don't listen to us anymore when we tell you you are the leaders of the future. You are the leaders of tomorrow. They started saying it 40 years ago, and the people who ruled us 40 years ago are still ruling us today. Where will the future be? Protect you from their wrath. In 2013, 7 years ago, reason I gave, you cannot dialogue with a person who has nothing to lose. The youth of this country have lost everything, including their future. Their future has been mortgaged, their presence has been stolen by people who keep telling them they are the leaders of the future. I tell young people, don't listen to us anymore when we tell you you are the leaders of the future. You are the leaders of tomorrow. They started saying it 40 years ago, and the people who ruled us 40 years ago are still ruling us today. Where will the future be?
Good evening, fellow. Good evening, fellow Ambazonians. Good evening for all our papa them, for all mommy them, for all auntie them and uncle them. Good evening for all now. And for our people them for this side, for North America. Good afternoon for some of you now, and good morning for some of you now, and good evening for some of you now. One continent, many different time zones, especially for the people them for Canada. One country with 5 different time zones. One country. The wonders of this world, the big and the miracles of the world, they over plenty. Very interesting development that it take place inside La République du Cameroon. And I think say, as the person will bring the most important education for our liberation struggle and for give inspiration, hope, and empowerment. I believe say the time don't come I need for can tell wait till they go on within La République du Cameroon and for tell wait till they happen for inside Ambazonia with the Cameroon occupation forces and their security forces them where they remain inside Ambazonia. Wait till they go on. Well, a lot they go on within La République du Cameroon. They remain in La République du Cameroon occupation and security forces for inside Ambazonia. A lot they go on. First, make we start with some drama we come out for inside La République du Cameroon. So yesterday, for inside Douala, for La République du Cameroon, the La République du Cameroon, they are musicians where they call it say longue longue. Now in that longue longue don't whether na wait happen no some man woman they inside longue longue moto. Whether na longue longue put the woman inside his own moto, or na the woman is say enter for inside longue longue moto, no man no. The only thing we know na say some man he can't discover a woman inside longue longue moto. Now the man say, woman, no be married woman. What did he do inside Mr. Man, musician in moto? So the man, he dragged the woman from longue longue moto. He said, come outside, madam, come make we go house with my woman. Now we reach, Wahala reach. Longue longue don't call police. Carry the matter, report them for police. Say the man don't abuse a woman by removing his own woman inside longue longue moto. You get woman, you see a woman for inside some person in moto. You move your woman inside that moto. They carry you again, they go report them for police. Say by removing your own woman inside another man in moto. Now abuse. So this man where he move his own woman inside longer motor. As we dey talk so, he dey inside jail for La République du Cameroon. For move his own woman inside another man in motor. No problem. So na drama that we don't come out. So inside La République du Cameroon, since na a country of drama, some small girl, we there about 21 years old, all wanna know this story. Some small girl around the month of June, July, either for what they call it now TikTok. That place where TikTok, either for TikTok. Small girl they do 18 for become popular for TikTok. So you don't can show small Bobia side. You don't small girl for inside La République du Cameroon. It won't be popular. And now if you want to be popular, you must show something. That's what this young generation they think. So this small girl, he don't carry this thing show him for outside. He carry this thing, he order this thing for down here. He show him for outside for video, for TikTok. Now we La République du Cameroon. Say woman not supposed to do nakedness. Now they don't carry him. They go lock him. They go lock this speaking from June, July, August, September, now in October. Now yesterday they finally move person. You get your life. You do your thing them for become movie and social media star. Now the state you go carry you go lock up for your own life, for your own skin. So now another drama that inside La République du Cameroon. So what did they go on for Amazonia? What did they go on for Amazonia? Now say they defeated Cameroon military. They defeated Cameroon security forces them for inside the Amazonian territory. And I move this and then they run the camp climb from my table for my study table for outside here. So they defeated Cameroon military and they defeated Cameroon security forces who they did inside the Amazonian territory. The Cameroon state, it don't be broke. Poor beer, enough he pay the military anymore. Poor beer, enough he pay the security forces their salaries them anymore. They not give them their war allowances anymore. So these military and security forces, where they remain inside the Amazonian territory. Oh, before I give una that gist, make I bring una this news. Una really like them. I bring una this news. And not forget this news. Make I bring una this news. Yes, it is for my agenda here. I bring them for una. Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba, the Amazonian liberator. He write today for a message situation and for the Amazonian people. He talks for the report with the Amazonian War Council, the research where they don't do them, and also in consultation with security agencies them around the globe, they don't come out with a research and a report for which it go on with Cameroon military for inside Amazonia. Una hear this one? Una hear? Very interesting. According to the report, we come out for new international security agencies and a report in consultation with Amazonia War Council of Amazonia Governing Council. The leader talks the report it shows for the last 5 years, Amazonian fighters, Amazonian forces, they don't kill 20% of Cameroon military. We probably send them from Amazonia. In the last 5 years, the Amazonian fighters, Amazonian soldiers, they don't kill 20% of Cameroon military. We probably send them for inside Amazonia. 20% of Cameroon military, where they send them for come fight for Amazonia. They don't be killed. According to a report where the War Council, it don't get them. It talks they say 5% of all Cameroon, there be gendarmes, army, police, and all thing. 5% of them, they don't run the fight for Amazonia. They don't run the fight for Amazonia, and they don't escape the country of Cameroon. They don't run. It talks it now so the Cameroon government, it recruit a small picking them, and the only thing where the Cameroon government they count on and they rely upon, now what they call and say they are special forces, now they are beaten. Now they only they are beaten now be the only thing where Cameroon get them. Where the feet talk say, now then they fight the war for, the user now for fight the war for Amazonia. And it talks say now what be their strategy, because they not get enough forces, they send those be them for one place. When they launch an attack, they go hide for that same place for about 2-3 days, and then they move them, go put them for another place. The leader talks say, they say, Cameroon be short of the people them for fight, and Cameroon be short of the capacity for fight. The leader talks say, the Amazonia Governing Council, they go to do international fundraiser for Belgium, for Finland, for Ireland, and for Canada for the next 1 month. It talks say, we as a people, we must end Cameroon their presence for our land, and we must create innovative strategies for make sure say we protect our people them, protect our picking them, and protect liberated areas. Now the message will be come up for the office of the leader. Now make a take when I go inside what discussion. The Cameroon colonial state, it don't be bankrupt because of the Ambazonian strategy. The Cameroon Central Treasury, they not get the money anymore for finance poor beer a war for inside Ambazonia. The Cameroon government enough to pay the salaries of this military and the security forces them, where Paul Biya, Diongute, Betty Asomo, they don't send them for inside the Ambazonian territory. As all when I don't read them, for a recent report where it don't be sent out from a Canadian political science professor, when I don't read them, or when I don't read that report, it get a 10-point. One of the points them for that report, now say the Cameroon state it not get the money anymore for fight the war for Amazonia. According to Professor Chris Roberts, a political science professor for the University of Calgary for the province of Alberta for Canada, he write a document which don't be circulated internationally. And tomorrow, I'm going to bring una a detail of that 10 points report where it give an indication of the coming of Ambazonian independence. But for one of the 10 points, now say the Cameroon state it not get the money for pay the salaries of these soldiers. As a result, the Cameroon military, the Cameroon B, the Cameroon gendarme, and the Cameroon police, they not feed themselves. They not take care of themselves. The Cameroon state, they not take care of the occupation military and the occupation security forces. So these military and security forces, as they defeat, they don't experience the defeat. They don't see the leadership of the Cameroon from their presidency to their prime minister. They don't be demoralized. They don't be frustrated. They be ashamed of Ambazonia defeat of Cameroon. Now their central treasury don't get money for pay these people then. So Cameroon military now the resort on extortion of the Ambazonian population. That extortion it come in the form of kale. The extortion, the defeat of Ambazonia, of the defeat of Cameroon military, Cameroon police, Cameroon gendarme, Cameroon security forces by Ambazonians. It leave the Cameroon military. The Biya government don't abandon the military. It don't abandon their security forces because Ambazonia don't defeat them. So these security forces and this military now, they rely on extortion of the Ambazonian population for their own survival. Yesterday, the Cameroon B, Cameroon police and Cameroon gendarme, they invade they carry out raids for a series of quarters for inside the town of Kumba, K-Town, for Meme. During these raids, as when I don't read the report from many social media news, when I don't hear the report. From that report, when they enter for a quarter, they target a quarter, especially for ghost towns day, where they know say most people they there for house. They know say most people they there for house. So they will come for quarter very early, around 6:30 for morning time, 6 o'clock, 6:30 for morning time. They block the main entrance to the quarter and they go block the other side. So the army they will be for one side, the gendarme will be for one side, and police and all them now they go enter for middle. They start go from house to house. Move all man picking them, move woman them, move papa them, move mommy them. Go put them, make all man shit down for ground. Then they go bring the army motor, they bring gendarme motor, they carry people them, they go for army camp, they go for B camp for Mabanda, they carry some people, then go for their police station. When you go for there, whether you get ID card or you not get ID card, for them for move you, your family must pay 15,000. When I hear fine. When La République du Cameroun, B, army, police and gendarme, they can do Calais for inside quarters for Ambazonia. They catch papa them, catch mommy them, catch brothers and sisters. Whether you get ID card or you not get ID card, when they carry you, they go. For them for leave you, you must pay 15,000. For Kumba on Monday, they do Calais for 11 quarters. 11 different quarters. Between 5:30 a.m. right up until midday. Because they know say people they day for lockdown. They move from one quarter to the next quarter to the next quarter. They do Calais. So for Kumba, the estimate it shows that they be arrest more than 370 people. This information all it not be conclusive. That number will be higher, the number will be a little bit lower. But from the information we get them from, what people them for Kumba, it shows about 370 Ambazonians. They will be arrested for Kumba, for Cameroon, their extortion policy of Calais. Calais don't be now a policy with La République du Cameroon. They don't use them ever since 1961 when they introduced them for Ambazonia. But now they don't escalate them. They don't expand that policy to become an official policy of extortion. Why? Because of the defeat. The Cameroon central government did not get any system anymore for hold accountability, for bring order, for maintain order, and for bring discipline for their loose occupation forces for inside the Ambazonian territory. These people, they need to receive salaries and they need to receive their war allowances. Now they did go on their own for extort Ambazonian people then in order for them to survive. Yesterday, for inside the village of Babatu, for inside the northern zones, La République General Buba, it invade Babatu with the beat them, with gendarmes, with police. They burn plenty houses for inside Babatu. Then they target all businesses. The major businesses for Babatu, they be raided. The operation be led by who? By General Buba himself. Even the Cameroon top general for inside Ambazonia, he too now don't enter the game of extortion. Even the Cameroon top general, where it is supervised Paul Biya, it defeat for inside Ambazonia. Right now, Nayi Sesef, in the presence of General Buba, Nayi the order the forces them for raid, for break into Ambazonian businesses and loot Ambazonian properties. Buba, General Buba, be present for Babatu. Would he beat them and the gendarmes and the police when they raid the village? They burn homes, loot businesses for extort Ambazonians. All these things that happen Now signs for the Ambazonian people then. It always be signs of defeated, frustrated, retreated army for do these kind of behaviors. As you don't tell now, the signs from the international community, it don't show say La République du Cameroun, their occupation from Ambazonia don't end. This extortion on our people are signs of the end times of Cameroon occupation. These forces them for go back for inside La République du Cameroun. They want thief as much as possible. They want steal as much as possible before they go back. So make you understand the essence of my talk. I will give you now an overview of the psychology of the defeated Cameroon military and their security forces from Ambazonia. Secondly, for call on the people of Kumba, specifically Kumba and Bamenda, now the two most strong-headed towns and cities from Ambazonia. Bamenda don't be the epicenter of our resistance. Kumba na a very strong head town. Na a very strong head people them. No human being enough to make you feel inferior without your permission. No human being enough to make you feel inferior without your permission. No human being get more rights on top you without your permission. No human being get more power past you without your permission. A foreign army, a foreign police, a foreign bee come inside your own quarter, enter inside your own house, move your mommy, move your papa, move your woman, move your sister, carry them, go put them for outside, put them for ground, for inside your own country, for inside your own quarter, for inside your own house. Who say your dignity there as a human being? Who say your dignity there as a human being? Now some of the things in this way they make our people rise up. We will not forget. This dehumanization must end. It no go end. The forces, Ambazonian forces, and the strategy where the leader give for the Ambazonian people then, that strategy don't defeat Cameroon. Now it be up to you, the people of Kumba. It be up to Papa them for Kumba. It be up to Mami them for Kumba. It be up to our brothers and sisters for Kumba. We now rise up and bend down the police station. Now how many police are there for Kumba? How many Cameroon police there for Kumba? Where we now go live and they begin to treat our Mami them this way, treat our Papa them this way, treat our sisters them this way. Mami they go begin to sleep for police station because some person want 15,000. It be unacceptable. It be unacceptable to the people of Kumba. We call on all the man picking them for Kumba for rise up and protect our woman them. We call on all the man picking them for Kumba for rise up and defend our mami them. We call on all man picking them for Kumba to rise up and protect the dignity of our mothers and sisters. Una rise up. Cameroon occupation for Ambazonia don't come to an end. Make una not leave them. They are remaining frustrated, humiliated police, army, and security forces. They can't thief everything where una live, where una get them, for them for carry and go back to la Republic Cameroon. Protect your dignity, protect your wealth, protect your lives. Una lives dinner for una own hand as Ambazonians. Una lives it dey now na for una own hands as Ambazonians. Una lives it dey for una own hand as Ambazonians. The Ambazonian man begin for the town of Kumba. Una must rise up and take responsibility for the protection of our mamidem and our sisters them. For the protection of our communities. How it go be possible for a foreign military for the roam around your quarters and enter right inside your own house? No human being get more powers over you except now you give them the power. No human being get more rights over you except now you give them those rights. Without your permission, there is no human being, especially a foreign occupation military. When I woke up, now, when I don't hear what you don't have for Kumba, when I don't hear what you don't have for Babatu. Now the same thing happen for Boya. Same extortion. How will we take solve this problem? The Ambazonia Governing Council, under the leadership of Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba, the man when Nayi come for ground zero for invoke the people their right for self-defense. The man when Nayi invoke our right for bear arms, our rights for defend ourselves, because it be understand the enemy. Because he understand the psychology and the strategy of the enemy. He understands the simple, mere agitations. He no go move the people the 1 inch. Because agitations from 1962, so till you can reach for 2017 and 2018, he no move the people the 1 inch. While people, they don't declare restoration of independence as a form of agitation without any means, without any capacity for defend that independence. What will happen for the previous generations when they do declarations of independence? What will happen? Cameroon continue for occupy Ambazonia. Cameroon continue for exploit Ambazonia. Cameroon continue for govern Ambazonia. Cameroon continue for administer the occupation and annexation of Ambazonia. So not the Ambazonia people not do nothing. The simple mere agitation for declare restoration of independence without any means to back them up and defend them up. It led to the continuous occupation of Ambazonia. We triumph. Pagojidinka declared restoration of independence. For 1984. In the 90s, they declared restoration of independence. In the 2000s, they declared restoration of independence. And for 2016, we can't make the same mistake. Dr. Abba said, this nonsense must end. The nonsense must end. You must understand the enemy. The enemy need to blink by agitations. You must study the enemy. You must understand the enemy. You must understand their modus operandi. You must understand their psychology. You must understand their strategy. You must study them. For know how to fight and for defeat them. What you do? It come right on the ground. For show leadership to the people. Show courage to the people. It carry gun on the ground. He fight La République du Cameroon on the ground. He fight the army. He fight the bee. He attack police station. He destroy the Mungo Bridge. Leadership by example. Leadership by courage. Leadership by action. Not before mob. Not before paper. Action. On the ground. When 2017 reach, he see the conduct of La République du Cameroon, he understands the mere declaration of independence, not just another form of agitation in order for beg for accommodation within the colonial state. It no go happen. He come on the ground. Before he want come on the ground, he don't send the Sheikh Kavi, he send the Benedictwa within Amazonian forest. They start for race warriors, for prepare them with the spirit of nationalism, for build with them character, for build with them integrity, for build with them a sense of purpose, a sense of mission, and prepare the generation for what's ahead. Say that this generation, it go play na hard balls. Say this generation, it go play na hard balls. It no go only talk. We no go agitate. We go confront and challenge the occupation. Bullet to bullet. How they call them? Punch by punch. Method by method. We go challenge the occupation system. Papam by papa. Gun by gun. It come on the ground. They recruit thousands of Ambazonians. Some of them include Grandpa of Bali, General No Pity, all trained, recruited, and trained by the Ambazonia Defense Forces. General Grandpa of Bali, General No Pity, and almost 90 commanders on the ground today that are alive, recruited and trained by the Ambazonia Defense Forces. All inspired by Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba's courage and belief in this generation. All them. And Dr. Ayaba trained them. All the top generals on the ground today, they come out now for that foundation of the Ambazonia Defense Forces. Before they think of breaking out and creating something of their own. Now that courage, now that faith, now that inspiration, where this man is show all we, it show this generation. And then he not only tell we, he not only show we now this courage and this faith. He not only show we now what it mean for stand up for something will be noble, for a higher a higher cause and a higher purpose. But he tell we say we need a strategy. To fight the enemy, you need a roadmap of how to fight them. And then you need a strategy of how to attack and how to destroy them. It lay out a clear roadmap and it lay out a clear strategy for the Ambazonian people. After 5 years, the strategy of self-defense, we get 3 critical components. May I refresh on our minds. Component number 1, the strategy for make the territory ungovernable. Number 1, it means say now for chase all Cameroon colonial administrators them out of Ambazonia. They not fit administer colonialism or occupation of Ambazonia. Okay. Number 2, now for delegitimize Cameroon, for lost the ability for govern and administer Ambazonia. Okay. Make the territory ungovernable for Cameroon occupation. Number 2, it tell we say we must stop economic exploitation. We must make it be impossible because the only reason Cameroon occupy Ambazonia now for exploit Ambazonia natural resources. So we must stop the thin way it make them come for our land. Wait to make them come for our land now for can't thief wait till we get them. So we must stop economic exploitation. And when I see what General Ivo do, Ivo shut down the entire CDC, shut down Pamo. And then the one reached 2018. When I see him will succeed for bend down Sonaral into ashes. Cameroon now need 400 billion CFA for try for build and back. Cameroon need 365 billion CFA for rehabilitate CDC and PAMO. So right now, Cameroon need about 765 billions CFA for rebuild Sonara and for rehabilitate CDC and PAMO. Now the impact that of Ayabai strategy. The strategy don't win the war on the ground, delegitimize Cameroon, defeat Cameroon. Okay? The defeat be eminent. The defeat now don't be proven by everybody. Now that strategy, every group now, they try for adjust themselves into that strategy, for fit into that strategy, for find their own way into that strategy. Now that strategy now, everybody, even the one who they talk say they not get anything for do with self-defense. Even the one who they talk say self-defense not fine. Including people like John Bakoro, they don't talk say they not get anything for do with war. Including people like Bohe Beru, they talk say they not get anything for do with war. Including the people that they write letter, apologize to La République du Cameroon. Everybody now, they follow that same strategy. Everybody want cash in on that strategy. So everybody don't recognize what be leadership. Who be the leader and what be the leadership? Because if you duplicate something with some person create them, the recognition of the effectiveness of that person in leadership. All man now they cash in into that strategy. From the Christianos to the Samuel Sakos, everybody they try for cash in into a Yabai strategy. But instead for cash in with humility and then acknowledge the liberator. No, we must destroy the liberator and then we own the strategy. But anyway, not in my work. The essence for all this thing that just for giving a sense of clarity or place with it. That the public don't be defeated by the strategy. As all man don't come into the strategy, all man don't cash in into the strategy, Cameroon don't be defeated. Regardless of how all man play part. The good, the bad, the ugly, the best. It don't help for defeat Cameroon. Whether confusion be there inside, whether infighting be there inside, whether quarrel be there inside or not. It no matter. What it matter, and I say, the strategy. However, people they want implement how they not be understand them, the strategy don't defeat Cameroon. The way where they be create them, the way they be design them, it don't defeat Cameroon. Now the place out there now. Cameroon is defeated. Cameroon is gone. Bye-bye La République. So, first, I want to honor all the fallen heroes who don't pay the ultimate price. Answer the call of the liberation. Answer the call of nationalism. And answer the call of sovereignty. All the picking them, all the mommy them, all the brothers, all the sisters, all the soldiers them. We don't pay the ultimate price for this liberation. One, honor their sacrifices. Honor their contribution for bringing for place we don't reach. We honor them. We honor the bravest, General Ivan Ba, the father of Ambazonia self-defense. We honor him and all the rest. With this defeat of Cameroon, it creates a space where security no day, protection no day, stability no day. The defeat of Cameroon, it creates a vacuum within Ambazonia. If we not take the time for fill that vacuum with well-structured, trained forces, the Ambazonian people will pay a very heavy price. As when I don't see them for Kumba, For the month of September, 19 Ambazonian citizens, they be killed, and 2 others for Fako because of the defeat. There is chaos. There is no structure within these loose forces them for adhere to a code of conduct. And some of them don't be infiltrated by Cameroon military for use the loose forces for cause more chaos and punish the population for their defeat of Cameroon. Secondly, the block by block strategy where Dr. Alba give the Ambazonian people, they use them for self-defense. It don't work miraculously. But what he carry with for reach for year, ma talk am. Albert Einstein, the greatest scientist who the world don't ever know him, he talks say the thing where he carry you from point A to point G, not be the same thing will carry you from point G to point Z. Wait he carry we from 2016, it bring we for 2022, who don't defeat Cameroon. Not be now go carry we for go reach for cement the sovereignty, take the sovereignty, proclaim the sovereignty. Not be go carry we. The strategy between 2016 and 2022, it don't work. It don't do its own work. That strategy for block by block, for make the territory ungovernable, it be now for cause enough chaos, confuse Cameroon, and make them not fit fight everywhere. You don't defeat them, you don't weaken them. The master strategist, he don't come back to the Ambazonian people. Say, look, we'll give you this plan for carry una reach your place where una dey now. Una don't see the defeat, una don't see how Cameroon don't go, una don't see how Cameroon don't lost power for Ambazonia. As una don't hear the report, Ambazonian forces don't kill 20% of all Cameroon, their army, them, police, gendarme, and bees. All 20%. And 5% they don't run the war. So, what you remain now? Now the question that if we go now for rise up for defeat Cameroon, now the first primary goal that, secondary goal, or a higher purpose to that, now for we for take back the land, right? First objective, fight, dismantle, defeat the occupational system. That one, we don't achieve it. So, for most places, we get dynamic control. For other places, we get static control. For the places we get static control and we get greater control, those places they be very stable. Law and order there for those places. Where people they live free and businesses they thrive. Healthy Ambazonian communities that they build Ambazonian institutions. Now, what about the rest of the Ambazonian territory? The entire world for which it happened for Ukraine. When I see for the southern eastern part of Ukraine, Russia enter there, it conquer these places, it take these places. When I see what happen, the whole world now demobilize. For raise a lot of weapons, raise a lot of money, including the country where me are there, including our own government for Canada here. They give billions of military aid to Ukraine. For help them, for send the Russian them out, and then for train the Ukrainian forces for be able to maintain peace, security, and stability for Ukraine. Make we go back for Ambazonia. We don't fight a hard fight, defeat Cameroon. The leader don't come back to the Ambazonian people and give them a new template. A way for we for secure the sovereignty. A way for we for take back the territory. Cameroon is gone. The territory now belongs to the Ambazonian people. We not fit secure the territory, defend the territory, protect our people them, without structured, well-armed, trained forces. The leader come for una, explain them for una. It be up to all we. If we want this freedom, if we want this independence, the games we don't play with ourselves over the last 5 years, if we continue down that path, even if we don't already defeat Cameroon, now we go lose, we go win the war, but lose the freedom. We go win the war, but lose the sovereignty. We go win the war, but lose the liberation. Because we defeat Cameroon, but we continue for playing the same games of the past. Blame this person, blame that person. Why we need to focus on the objective. Now, a game we will play on ourselves, forgive ourselves excuses, forgive ourselves reasons as to why we need to contribute for the struggle. Reasons, no matter the excuse where you give, no matter the reasons and your excuse where you make them up, because all those things are make-up stories. Excuses, they need to produce results. Excuses, they need to produce results. You must know what you don't bring you so far. But if you want to continue to play the games of political arguments and confusion as to who is who, it be up to you. Either you want to remain for suffer, you want to remain for confusion. It be totally up to you. Una know what you don't work on now. 5 years of who is who. Now una sabi. 5 years of empty propaganda. Now una sabi. All una get sense. God give una sense. 5 years is enough for you. For know what did work for you, what to be destructive to you, what is empty noise, and what is hard work. All una get that sense. I no need for come back and go visit those things anymore. I don't have the time. As a leader, I don't get the time. As a people, we not get the time. Anytime we will not make justification, excuses, we not justify or we not rationalize as to why we not no one make commitment for fund the structured defense forces. More Ambazonians they be killed, more Ambazonian community they be raided by remnants of Cameroon forces, like what happened for Baba, like what happened for Kumba, like what happened for Boya. All those things that happen are because Cameroon is powerful. All those things that happen are because when I get 5 years of wisdom, the purpose of wisdom, now for help you for distinguish what you need to work versus what you work. Wisdom now what you need to work. Wisdom now what you work. Okay? Wisdom now what you work. Wisdom now what you move you forward. Knowledge now all the things that they don't happen. Wisdom now what you come out of that knowledge for give you a sense of foresight. Knowledge now all what you don't happen over the last 5 years. And then you take and you put them together. And then out of that you get wisdom. Out of all the knowledge, out of all your knowledge comes wisdom. Truth for which it will take you move you forward. My goal now for take una from wisdom to truth. From wisdom, from knowledge to wisdom. My goal that as a strategist. My goal that as a leadership strategist. Take all now from all the knowledge, experiences when I don't get over the last 5 years and then distill them into wisdom and move it forward. And the leader objective that. For take una from noise to clarity. For take una from confusion into purpose. Take una from uncertainty into action. And leadership that. The Ambazonia Governing Council, it don't launch a new project for take the people from the defeat of Cameroon and give them a state. Give with sovereignty. How? Where till they go now for? Now wait till the Ukraine and they do them. They start for one state. They capture that state. They build their defenses for that state. They leave and make their people, they start for come back inside that state. Establish a strong institution, Ukrainian institution inside that state. And then be able to defend them. And then use that state now as a base for launch attack on Russia from the other side and from this side and from this side. Why their forces, they be safe. They feel plan. They feel bring in the wounded soldier, them, they treat them. And then all the beginning where they don't run for places and where what they now, they get places and where these people they feel come there, the beginning they start for go school. So the governing council is sensed, the leader is sensed. Now say, we not fit continue for fight block by block. Just of attack like Republic of Cameroon, attack them there. No. We must start for conquer territory, state by state. That's why they don't launch Operation 200 AK. 200 AK. Now all that from the generally assessment. It's a way we need now for capture 1 or 2 states and turn them into fortified zones. That means say inside those states where they want capture and where they plan, 80 to 85% of Momo, we don't liberate them. Now only few places, Cameroon B or Army or Gendarme, they remain inside Momo. Now only few places. So we take Momo for example. For the state of Momo, if he talks, okay, we want focus on the state of Momo, I just talk say for example, I need to give any intelligence for any person. So make some person not write me say, oh PS, you did reveal too much information. No, I need to reveal any information for anybody, not just an example. But in reality, 80 to 85% of Momo don't be liberated. Okay? So we will take the state of Momo for example. The general say, if we focus on Momo, between now and December, if we put such and such and such and such on Momo, we'll go dismantle the B headquarters for there. We'll go dismantle this army camp, this gendarme post. So now, the whole of Momo will be totally liberated under Ambazonian control. Inside now, the state of Momo, any place where forces, they get problems. When I see now say, the feet come for inside the state of Momo, they get training, they get re-education, they get reinforcement, and then they use the state of Momo as a base for attack La Republic for other places. Now, what if we decide Momo don't be liberated? All the people then where they stay inside bush for the neighboring states, we the Ambazonian people first start for bring them inside Momo for safe Ambazonian zones and build community schools inside Momo. We move now from Momo to the next state. So our goal, na say, over the next few months, we want to capture 2 states out of 13. Because we believe for do this kind of work, we'll capture 2 states and keep them totally under Ambazonian control. You know if you go enter inside any negotiation, inside any talks, and you know you only talk so you get dynamic control. You go only talk say they say, well, you get static control for here. Oh, you get this small number of community schools. They go ask you a question. How many states is they under your control? You know if you answer them. Your power no go only be enough for declare ghost towns. Your power no go only be enough because it's forces that demonstrate independence for many communities. How many states you dey control them? How many states are they under full Ambazonian control? You want leverage during any talks? Capture territory, control territory, consolidate your power for those territories, defend those territories, and cement the sovereignty for those territories. Now the journey this, now the new phase of the liberation this. I understand the experiment and I want warn Mark Barretta. I don't usually like to talk about other activists. I want warn Mark Barretta. The experiment on the Ambazonian people them. I make I explain them for all now. They start when they build forces. People they like Mark Barretta, they can't introduce you into county by county. Okay? They take forces where they be under good structures, scatter them, send them different sides, say county by county. You know, correct. That one can fail. Forces they die. They move those forces. They say, oh, now restoration forces. Now restoration forces. They try them for 3 years. That experiment don't can die. They say, ah! Now unity warriors. When I move them from county by county, same forces. Same forces. Una move them from county by county. Una send a restoration forces. From restoration forces, una move them into unity warriors. Same forces. Same. Una don't move them into unity warriors, it never even reach 1 year. It never even reach 1 year. They don't come on now and say, oh! Now the Ambazonian People's Liberation Council. Ah! Cha! Now the Ambazonian People's Liberation Council. Una keep on recycling the same forces, changing their names. Una transfer them from one owner to the next. From one owner to the next. It will be under restoration forces. I mean, under county by county. Eric Tatoyi and Sako, una change them, una bring them for restoration forces. Restoration forces, then under Sakoyi and Crisano, una change them, una confuse them, una twist their head them. Sako don't die. Sako na bad man. Sako na thief man. Sako na scam. Sako na fraudster. We know why we Sako. Confuse them. We don't want Sako. Hey, Sako na thief man. When una be carry forces them, go to sell them for Sako. Una not be talk. That time the hygiene is a very bad idea, yeah, but the hygiene is a very bad idea. The hygiene is a very bad idea, but after 3 years, so now they don't push Sako aside. It's I know what I mean. Sako, Sako, Sako. So now they don't come out. Ambazonian People's Liberation Council. Now just 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Mark Barretta come. Ground Zero leadership. Mark Barretta. Not been 3 weeks ago. Just 3 weeks to independence. 3 weeks to Independence Day. Mark Barretta come on. Leadership get for come out for Ground Zero, yeah. Right, Mark Barretta? Leadership get for come out for the Ground Zero. And then una carry bitter cola. Una cover your head. I am bitter cola. I am the spokesman of Ground Zero leadership. My name is bitter cola. I am the spokesman of Ground Zero leadership. So Mark Barretta, 3 weeks before October 1. Today now October, wait. Today no only October 19. Today no, it never even reach 1 month plus, Mark Barretta. Wait, it don't happen with your Ground Zero leadership, where you carry bitter cola. My name is Bitter Cola. Now me, I get Ground Zero leadership. Leadership not there for diaspora anymore. Now me, Bitter Cola, I be the new government. Not be so when I do. So it don't come out. I just give una this thing when I understand the stupidity of these people. They go Cameroon colonial education, where they call themselves they be journalists. The stupidity. They move these forces from one thing to another. They come out, as I don't explain it for you now, from county by county, and then they say restoration forces. And then after Sako don't teach them a lesson. After Sako don't teach them a lesson. After Sako don't teach them a lesson. There's ground zero leadership. County by county. Restoration forces. Unity warriors. It never reached 1 year. From unity warriors to ground zero leadership. From ground zero leadership, it never reached 1 month. Same Mark Barretta. It don't come out. Ambazonia People Liberation Council. This commander, now you be president. This commander, now you be minister of this. This commander, now you be chief of logistics. General Aroke, now you be chief operation officer. General Grandpa of Bali, now you be the commander in charge of of war. FM no pity. Now you be in charge of action. You go take respectful commanders. You take war leaders. Una turn them into petty, into draft seats for draft. And then when I go create a WhatsApp group, you not recruit a general, you not train a general, you not arm a general, and then you go take this respectful people them. You not recruit them, you not train them, you not arm them, and then you go create a fake WhatsApp group, and then you go put all their names inside and you give them positions. When you do them for county by county, what will be the results? When we now move them for restoration forces, what will be the results? When I don't experiment them for unity warriors, no, but when I don't see the atrocities on the ground, when I try them for just for Independence Day, for stop Independence Day celebrations. Say when I want to create ground zero leadership, introduce a lockdown for interfere with the liberation struggle. Me not celebrate independence. Now you the same 10 head Mark Barretta. You 10 head. Now still you carry videos of Independence Day, you celebrate them. And now you be the first person for call for a lockdown. Grandpa Bali. Now when I deliver them, this kunyam, yes, to teach una head them. Make una become politicians. Use una own for their own financial extortion. For try to get relevance. Because they no one create platforms where go get political alignment. For align the forces and align the population. They want play this Agbobaladia game for continuously confuse and move our people them from one form of experiment to another. General Aruke, now when they allow ourselves for be treated, manipulated by these queens. The Ambazonia Governing Council, now the pillar, the stability of our liberation struggle. While these adventurists, they continue for experiment on the lives of our people and for play politics with forces. Ambazonia Governing Council, through a ground zero leadership of the Ambazonia Defense Forces, they don't introduce the first Ambazonian military and civilian court for inside Ambazonia. As all una don't see the video for Pa John Acha, the man way that the Republic of Cameroon they using for create identity cards and birth certificate. And when I don't see the video, we confess them. ACM go play the video for una, and I go post the video on my YouTube link, on my YouTube page for all una wanna see them. Capo then they don't circulate that video. The Ambazonian Governing Council don't circulate that video for all una. For this man with the arrestee for enabling Cameroon government for the issue documents. Imagine the Ukrainian people, they catch a Russian. Imagine the Ukrainian people, they catch a Ukrainian for help Russian for create documents for Ukraine citizens them. How that matter go work out inside Ukraine? Imagine a Ukrainian be arrested inside Ukraine for working with the Russians occupation forces for establish documents for make Ukrainian citizens them for become Russians. Una tell me how that one for worker. But when it comes from Ambazonia, people that like Mark Barretta, people that like Ato Muchia, people that like Edmond Folefak, they go come out. They carry these things, begin to put them for Twitter. Say the ADF don't kidnap some man. When you arrest person with the commit act of enabling, that the witchcraft is with the horn now. That the witchcraft is with the horn now. A video don't come out from the state of Manu today. For the Catholic priest and the parishioners, where the Manu Unity warriors, they kidnap them from Chang and demand 60 million francs. Those people, they don't stay for inside bush about 3 weeks today. First, those Manu Unity warriors, they come born in Chang Catholic Church. Then they kidnap the priest and the parishioners. After 3 weeks, they still under their custody. Video don't come out today. It don't come out today. From this, the people they are suffer. The video don't come out today. They still ask 60 million francs for ransom. I conclude my talk. Ambazonia don't defeat Cameroon. When I don't get 5 years of knowledge, of education. Now, when I get wisdom, we get a plan for capture 2 states within the next few months. It requires 200 AK. 200 AKs now be required based on our assessment on the ground. Una follow where to go give, where to go work. Una follow the right leadership, or una also get a choice for remain in confusion and for remain in slavery. The choice now una own. Any person, if you want stand up, you want your freedom, you want your liberation, you want your independence, you want your dignity, you know what to do. The leader don't give una a new roadmap, a new choice for the future of Ambazonia. Be up to now. When I want leverage on any table, when I want leverage on any talks, when I want power, when I want freedom, when I want independence, either when I follow leadership or when I follow the confusion. The choice is yours. For the educated one, them, when I know what to do, or when I get my phone number, contact, participate for Operation 200 AKs. That the ticket that to your next level of your destiny. May God bless you now. Tomorrow we can give you a detailed report of the 10 points from Professor Chris Roberts for Canada. We indict the Cameroon government and give we what did happen for within the world and how it talk about Ambazonia must gain independence. All right. Tomorrow I'll talk for now. For night. Adios.